Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and today I'm talking about pretty much the last step to WrestleMania. Last night was WWE RoadBlock. I didn't get a chance to watch it last night because I was watching the ACC basketball tournament where my Cavaliers lost to the Tar Heels. Boo Tar Heels! It's all right. Cavaliers still got a number one seed, and of course they put Michigan State in our region. How dare you? Again, third straight year. But anyway, WWE. Sorry to get sidetracked there. WWE RoadBlock. It's funny. I'm starting to find the stuff they're doing, like the NXT and the some of the stuff. Well, the takeovers, just regular NXT. I'm loving their events. They have been a lot better than the actual the WWE pay per view events. But let's just run through this and a couple of thoughts about what they're going with WrestleMania as of right now. And there's some questions still out there. But first off, they had the tag team titles, The New Day versus Sheamus and Wade Barrett. The New Day won. Big E pinned Wade Barrett. I'm starting to feel bad for poor Wade Barrett. I mean, he gets loss after loss, and I've heard rumors that he might not be around much longer. But I don't actually, like I said before, I don't follow the dirt sheet, so it just feels like he's just there and to lose matches, and that's about it. And I like Wade Barrett myself, but the New Day again, they're killing me. I mean, I love watching them. Their comedy is so awesome. Last night they had a thing where they revealed some cereal of their own called Booty-O's, and I was cracking up. And you see them dancing, shaking their booty for their new cereal, Booty-O's. Oh my goodness, that was epic. I loved it. But I'm gonna be looking for that, but I'm guessing I'm not gonna find that at my grocery store. Next match. Random jobber Jack Swagger. That should be his new name, Jobber Jack Swagger. Against Chris Jericho. Jericho wins with the Walls of Jericho. Swagger, it's funny how some of these guys, he's one of them. Who else? Zack Ryder's another one. How they go from getting big, huge pushes to somehow or another they're still with the company. What's that group? The four guys in the group, the social media group. I can't remember their name. But like those four guys, they just happen to still be sticking around the company, but really doing nothing. And I kind of feel bad for him. Heath Slater's another one that's with that group. Curtis Axel. It's like these guys are just kind of there, and that's it. They come out and they have new T-shirts, and that's it. But Jericho, it looks like he's getting that push for Mania, which I'll talk about that later. NXT Tag Team Title, Enzo and Big Cass with my girl Carmella. She's not ugly. And against Dash and Dalton, also known as the Revival. I love these teams. These guys are so good. And I hope when they get on the next level to the main roster, I hope they let them keep doing what they're doing. Because a lot of times, some of these men and women, they get to that next level and they change the characters. And I don't know why. Tyler Breeze, he's a nobody now. He was doing so well, and they won't let him just get in there and have his matches. I don't mind if he loses. Just let him get in and have his match. But these guys right here, Enzo and Big Cass, they are a really, really good tag team. Dash and Dalton. I've said this before, and I said Dalton. Dash and Dawson. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. They are basically the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, just 20 years later. Actually, like 30 years later, but yes. Great tag team match. Dash and Dalton wins again. They retain their titles, but it's such a good match. They've had a bunch of matches, and every time it's a really good match. Good tag team action. Now for the Divas title, we had Charlotte against Natalya. Natalie, good match. Really good match. Charlotte got the win. Controversial, not controversial, because Natty had Charlotte in the submission, and Charlotte was going toward the ropes, and she thought, Natty thought that Charlotte was getting help from Rick. She really wasn't this particular time, shocking as it may seem. And she broke the hold and started yelling at Rick. And next thing you know, Charlotte rolls her up, got the pin, it was over. It's good stuff. Good match, really good match. And these women, there's a group of women that are so good, so very good. And I'll be talking about some more of those in a minute. Next, we had Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. And at the last second, it became Brock versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. It somehow, I don't know, at the last minute, it just became a 1-on-2 handicap match. I don't really know how that managed to happen, but it did. And of course, Lesnar won. I mean, it was just one more person for Lesnar to take to Suplex City. And just good stuff. I mean, Brock, he is so big, so strong. I mean, I say good stuff. The match wasn't that great, but Brock he is the beast, and I can't wait to see what he's going to have at Mania. As of right now, it's looking like it's Dean Ambrose, which I don't know, could be good, might be horrible, but we'll see how that turns out. Next, it seems like kind of an odd place for this match. It seems like lately they've been throwing in a match that really makes no sense. Sami Zayn versus Stardust. Sami Zayn wins. Stardust, Cody Rhodes. I said it, Cody Rhodes. He's such a good performer. Sami Zayn. Since he got injured, he's back. He's a step behind where he used to be. I think a little bit longer he's gonna get that rust off, and he's gonna be back to where he was. I see that a feud getting ready to begin with him and Kevin Owens. That might actually be something for Mania. Both of these guys really good, and again, think Sami Zayn is just that half step behind where he used to be, but he's on his way to getting that back to where he's going to be on that main roster and stay there and just be there for a long time. Barring injuries, which all these guys you got to think of. At any time, any of these guys can get injured. And last match for the World Heavyweight title. I think that's the official name of it. I think there might be more to the actual title to it. World Heavyweight Championship title, something like that. But it was Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. And this right here was WrestleMania quality match. It was really, really good. Back and forth. It started a little bit slow, but as it built up, I mean, the crowd actually started with a CM Punk chant, which, guys, can we stop with that now? It's been, a year and a half? Can we get rid of that chant? I know it sounds crazy, but come on, let's stop now. CM Punk is not coming back, and I still question whether or not Punk's going to have a UFC match. They had one planned, they had an opponent, and now that's up in the air because Punk magically got injured immediately finding out who his opponent was going to be, which I find interesting, but I don't know. Maybe Punk is just sitting back collecting the check. I don't know, which can't blame him. But I'd like to see Punk actually have a UFC fight. I would actually like to see him have fights prior to being in the UFC instead of just saying, come on, why don't you have a fight? If you have a big name in WWE, you can now have a match in UFC. I don't get that. But you know what? Dana White knows how to sell tickets. So, there you go. But, again, great match. Triple H got a clean win. So, I didn't like the way it ended. It seemed like it was almost we're out of time, hurry up and finish it type of thing. But it was a really, really good match, physical match, and, I mean, from beginning to end, really solid match. Triple H, he may not wrestle very much anymore, but when he does, he still performs, and performs great. And Dean Ambrose, I've heard people say little things about him they didn't like, but overall, great wrestler. To me, Kevin Owens, right now are two at the top of just in-ring performers. I mean, that's just my money on the guys, but I mean, there's a ton of guys in there. When you see him, you go get a good match. Ziggler, that's another guy. You put him in there, you go get a solid match. Now, what does this really say for Mania? As of right now, and I always say as of right now because injuries. These guys can get injured at any time. I mean, what they're doing, people go, it's fake. Yeah, I know it's fake. We all know it's fake, but it takes a toll on their bodies. At any time, somebody could tear something, injure something, and they're going to be out. I mean, look at Seth Rollins. He was right there at the top, riding the wave, and just being. I know a lot of people hated him, but I loved his in-ring stuff. It's so good. But, we'll see what happens. As of right now, the main event's going to be Triple H against Roman Reigns. I still have a feeling they're going to do something else and add something to that. I just have a feeling they will. They might not, but I just have a feeling they might. Women's Championship, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. I would love to see Sasha or Becky win. Charlotte has got a great push. She's been doing really, really well at the top, but I would really like to see Sasha or Becky. My preference would be Sasha, but we'll see. And I've actually heard rumors, you know how the rumor mill works, that she might actually bring Snoop with her. Snoop Dogg. That is her cousin, I believe. So that'd be really cool. And the match I still don't get. Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. Still don't get it. I mean, there's an angle there. I don't see how this helps Undertaker any way whatsoever. Win or lose, it doesn't make any sense. I could see this match for any other pay-per-view, but you put this on Mania, it diminishes Mania for Taker for me. Win or lose. Especially lose. I mean, it does nothing. But anyway. And Brock versus Dean Ambrose. We'll see what happens there. It could be interesting. I don't know. Now, there's some other guys that we still have questions about. New Day, I'm not sure who they're going to go against yet. I mean, that'll be determined, I guess, the next week or so. Next couple weeks. The Rock, we keep hearing The Rock. He's going to be there. Is he just going to... I'm not kind of hoping he doesn't do what he did a few years ago, and where they set up a match a year in advance again, and they sell it for a full year. I hope they don't do that. I actually almost, and I hate to say this because I love The Rock, but I don't say, you know what, you're done. Say you're done with wrestling, even though I love seeing him there, love seeing him on the mic. Just hearing him on the mic is magic. But we'll see what he does. I'm really hoping they're not going to set up another year-long WrestleMania match. But we'll see what happens there. Like I was saying, Sami Zayn against Kevin Owens. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Mania. Ryback, and I keep hearing Kalisto. I don't know why. And I've said many times before, I don't get Kalisto being a champ. He's too small. I mean, granted, he's fast as can be. He's no Rey Mysterio. I'm sorry, he's not. Rey Mysterio was special. Kalisto is really good, but he's not there. My opinion only. I've heard Lana versus Brie Bella, which I suspect that'll be on there. But that's kind of all my questions, right? Well, wait. Jericho and AJ Styles. I suspect that's going to be a match there. And every time they're in the ring, even though, I said before, Jericho's getting a little bit older, he's still really good in the ring. So that's kind of my takes on RoadBlock and then leading into Mania. And hopefully next week or so, I'll have one of my friends come on and we'll do a WrestleMania preview. And because I'm really excited about it. I love Mania. WrestleMania's the best. And we'll also talk about the Hall of Fame guys. And some of them make sense, some of them don't to me. But we'll see how it works out. But that's all we have right now. And check back with us. You guys have an incredible day.